Hi, we meet again. Today I have an interesting topic that I want to share and persuade to all of you. So, let's face it, with the current rise of coronavirus disease, how many of you wash your hand as often as the doctor recommend? Take a look at your hand. Did you really think that your hand is sufficiently clean? Not right. That's why it is critical for us to understand why we should wash our hand on a frequent basis. So, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Afiq bin Isnaruddin, and first of all, I want to thanks to my respective lecturer, Miss Diana, and everyone watching for today. So today I will talk about my topic, which everyone should wash their hand, and I will also persuade every single one of you to do so by the time I finish. So, this speech session will be distributed into three main points, which is first, the reason why people not washing their hand, the impact of not washing your hand, and lastly, ways to keep your hand clean. The reason why I choose this topic or this issue is because I believe it is essentially for me to share this critical message to general public and all of you about washing hand regularly. So, to begin with my main point, it is not surprisingly that people nowadays only wash their hand when they want to go to eat. The reason why people not washing their hand is they might assume that wash hand take a lot of time. Why do I say so? Is because people might think that wash hand is a waste of time when they could do other thing that is more important. I believe this type of thinking is wrong. According to the Royal Pharmaceutical Society (RPS), it states that you only take 20 seconds to wash hand, and it is the same as we sing a happy birthday song twice. I believe this is not taking a lot of time, as it is under a minute, which is 20 seconds only. So think about it. Next, the reason why people not washing their hand is they find other alternatives to keep their hand clean. I'm not talking about hand sanitizer. I believe hand sanitizer is the best alternative to keep our hand clean. What I meant is people use other alternatives. For example, I give situation, people keep their hand clean by just wipe their hand on their pants, on the tablecloth, or maybe on a curtain. This way of cleaning our hand is inefficient, as we do not know what kind of bacteria or viruses that might be lurking on those surface area. I would not recommend you to do that, so don't do it. And lastly, the reason why people not washing their hand is they have mindset that their hand is clean enough and they will only wash their hand when it looks dirty. This kind of mindset can be harmful to us, as we actually with our naked eyes we cannot see the viruses and bacteria, especially when we come into contact with a lot of things in our day-to-day routine. So please change this mindset. So that's all for the reason why people not washing their hand that I could give. So if all of that is not enough to convince you to wash your hand, let me explain to you the impact of not washing our hand on a regular basis. So for the first impact of not washing our hand is it can cause harm to other people's and those with low immune system. For example, the children, the elderly, and most critically, the babies. If we contact or touch them with our dirty or unwashed hand, the chance of them getting disease are high. For instance, they could contract diarrheal infection and pneumonia disease, especially for children. Not only that, but I will also give you data. According to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, it states that These two diseases only are the greatest cause of death among children all around the world. So this is a huge impact which can cause death. So please wash your hand. We moving on to the next impact, which it also can cause illnesses to ourselves or to our body, especially when we are facing this pandemic situation. When you're not washing your hand, the chance of you getting the coronavirus disease are high. This spreading virus actually can be stopped by just washing our hand. Not to forget, the World Health Organization (WHO) also prefer us to wash our hand as an alternative to curb this current situation. As part of that, when you not washing your hand, you also can get a hand, foot, mouth disease (HFMD) and many other diseases as well. So please think about it and wash your hand to avoid this kind of problem. And lastly, the impact of not washing our hand is it can cause problem to our skin. I give you a situation when you not washing your hand and later on you touch your face area, it can cause serious problem. For instance, it can cause more acne to your face, more breakout, and even more serious impact to your skin. So it doesn't matter how many product or supplement that you take or how expensive the skincare that you use, when you're not washing your hand, it will cause damage to your skin when you touch your skin area. So that's all for the impact of not washing our hand on a regular basis. However, there will always solution and ways to avoid this thing from happening, and the best solution is you washing your hand and keep your hand clean. So there are various ways to keep our hand clean. Keeping our hand clean doesn't necessarily mean that you just open the tap and wash your hand, but we must wash our hand with a correct technique. There are 5 techniques that you should consider, which is wet, lather, scrub, rinse, and dry. So those are the 5 techniques. So when you do this technique correctly, your hand will be clean as it should be. So after this, don't just let the water flow to your hand, as this way or this method is not enough to kill the germs or bacteria on your hand and keep your hand clean. And after that, you also can use hand sanitizer. This is because many studies have proven that hand sanitizer is the best way to kill any type of germ, and not to forget, it also can kill the dangerous virus such as coronavirus that we are facing right now. So the users of hand sanitizer can benefit us a lot and keep our hand hygiene. And lastly, please avoid touching unnecessary object and surface around you. For example, please do not touch metal objects such as railing and any surface that is not clean. This is because, as I mentioned earlier, we actually cannot see the viruses and bacteria on those surfaces with our naked eye. So we want to avoid unnecessary germ to our hand that could be harmful to ourselves. In a nutshell, washing our hand is very, very important that the community and society should taking this matter seriously. This is because if one person start taking action or start changing their habit, which washing their hand on a regular basis, it can benefit their health, and it also can prevent any type of disease that could be harmful to our body. So yeah, that's all for me. I hope all of you can start taking action and rethink about washing your hand, and thank you for watching.